What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am RMI, CEO, founder of NEWFANS. And we are on, I want to say, our third episode of the Tech Startup Podcast. And I'm naming this episode Blind Faith. And the reason why I'm naming this episode Blind Faith is because I don't know. I'm looking at other people kind of critique what tech is doing, whether there are startups or they're already out. And I want to say that as a tech startup, nothing is guaranteed. Like, you have people left and right saying that there's no money in the music industry, and it's so difficult to make money in the music industry, and all these things. And I don't know, I just have blind faith that there is money in the music industry. And I'm not just talking about for tech, I'm talking about for independent artists. And I'm not just trying to lay down and give up on independent artists. I'm trying to uplift and support independent artists. And I just think that, based on what everybody's saying, how Spotify had to let go of their employees or lay off some of their employees to basically not stay in business, but stay profitable. I think they was profitable for the first time this year. So, it's so many things that's going on, and there is zero guarantee that if I start NEWFANS, if I come out with the app, that it will be successful. There's no guarantee that artists will even want to be a part of it or want to join. Even if I offer it for free, which I have been, there's no guarantee that artists would even give it a try. And that's just the truth of things, that there's no guarantee at all. Like, I'm pouring all of my money into this business. I mean, like, for years. I mean, even when I was scammed, like the first time I got scammed for $6,500, and the second time I got scammed for $1,500. So, and then even after I got scammed, I still kept pouring money into the business. I still keep pouring time into the business. Even when I'm tired, even when I'm sick, because I have been sick for weeks now. It's kind of gone off and on. But even when I was tired, even when I was sick, I still was trying to do something, that will push forward for my business. And the app is officially going to come out next year. I took a long time to, test it, make sure that the artist actually, wanted it. Make sure the artist helped it. Yeah, helped it. Make sure. Sorry, I was reading the comments. make sure it helped the artist. And so, I just didn't come out with something 5 days later. Um, is out. I wanted to make sure that it's fully tested because I definitely want a good product. And I've been thinking about ways that I could be more unique as a company because even though I'm um, s- selling music on the platform or the artists are selling music on the platform, I do want it to be a marketing and sales platform for independent artists. So, I was just kind of thinking of ways how they can market their music and market their products to their artists. So hold on, let me ban a couple of people. Yeah, yeah, let me start banning people. Um, so yeah, so that's basically what I did. Um, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with people. People are crazy. Um, I look like NASCAR. I don't even know what that means. But these are probably the same people that I'm banning and deleting right now. That comes on my stories and just start talking crap for no reason. It's so crazy. Not stories, but shorts, YouTube shorts. And I'm like, yo, what's up with them? I don't know. Oh, somebody say, yo, what's up? Hey, what's up? Someone saying hi, hi. Someone saying hi, hello. But yeah, I think that at this point, I don't know what is going on with people in their minds, but I'm not sitting here thinking that, hey, like I'm about to be a multimillionaire or billionaire and all this other crap. Um, Making this app. Like, you know, for my investors, I do think it's gonna make it. But if it's just me and you, I don't have any investors now, but I'm talking about future investors. But if it's, it's just me and you talking, I have no idea. Like literally, I have a plan, and more so than making the money, I want the vision to work. Like I want this to be like the ultimate marketing platform for independent artists. So I'm having literally blind faith that this is going to happen. I have no idea that it will or will not happen. Um, so thank you. So what I'm doing right now is putting my best foot forward. Um I'm still putting my money where my mouth is. I'm still investing in my company, and yeah. I can't it's like you can sit up here and think about what could go wrong, what's the worst things, but none of that will help. And then you listen to people on the internet, and honestly, they make you feel worse because they have no idea what you're going through or what you've been through or what it takes to actually build an app. All they doing is talking. It's so weird, you know? They don't know nothing about it. They don't even know me, and they still talking. It's weird. So it's like the only thing I can do is just kind of ignore the talking from other people that don't really know. I could tell they don't know based on what they say and what they say about other people in other companies. Um, and just walk like you're walking in blindly. Um, so it's like, because I know like other companies are looking at me like, you're crazy to offer a year free. And now you're offering 2 years free. Other bigger companies, if I mean, they are looking at me because I've seen some things. I'm like, wait a minute, you kind of sound like me right now. I'm checking out interviews and I'm like, I said that 4 years ago. I'm checking out other interviews. I'm like, I said that 1 year ago and I have videos uploaded to prove it. Luckily, I've been uploading videos so that, I haven't been consistent, which that's another thing I want to talk about. Usually I have a list of things I want to talk about, but right now I'm freestyling because I haven't been on here for a while. So, and I'm looking at interviews. I'm like, I don't know, you've been watching me, but it's like, no matter what, it don't even matter. Like whether they want to copy, they don't want to copy. It's someone wants to believe in me, they don't want to believe in me. It's like I just have to focus on the positive and on the goal. And my goal is for NEWFANS to be the best marketing and sales company for independent artists. And I've been thinking about like how I'm going to actually do that. Like because when you first come out with the app, you're not coming out with all your bells and whistles from the jump. You're coming out with your MVP, meaning your bare minimum product first. And then from there, you build on to it. So 1.0 is actually done. That was enough to get tested. 2.0 is almost done. I have about 6 more things left to do before it's ready to come out. So after I do 6 more things, boom, it's ready to come out. So that'll be the end of 2.0, even though I left out probably 4 things I wanted to get done within 2.0. But you'll sit there and you'll keep coming up with things and then the app will never come out. So that's why you start out with something small and have it come out immediately after that. So, well, after you test it. So that's pretty much what I'm going through right now. So I'm planning on, it's going to come out early next year. And I've been thinking about how I'm going to be unique compared to other companies. I'm not going to say it here on live because they do watch my live. I don't know why. They watch my channel. It's weird. I mean, and then it's companies bigger than me, more pockets than me. And, it's kind of weird, honestly. But on previous episodes, I told you that I was doing a partnership with Shopify. That's almost done. I can't wait. Like, that's gonna be crazy. So part of that is my fault. The reason why it's taking so long, because when it was time to do my part, what should have took me like a day to do, it took me like 2 weeks because I didn't do it for like 2 weeks. So that was my fault. But that's almost done. We submitted the application. Everything is already connected. right now, Shopify would have to basically, because I gave them like a tester account, so they would test it and and see what they feel about it, and then they can either accept it or reject it. So hopefully, they'll accept it because I'm excited to work with them, and hopefully it's a great partnership. So, and that partnership is directed towards independent artists who prefer to have their own website than to basically build on an app. So that's why I did that. Um, the reason why I built NEWFANS, or part of the reason, is because I wanted something like not expensive as maybe a Shopify, but um, not really cheaper than TuneCore or DistroKid or something like that. So I'm like right in the middle. Um, and I think that's cool. And it's basically for artists who actually want to have their own business. If it's like a hobby artist, NEWFANS is not for them. If it's like and then for the artists who prefer to have their own website, that's why I am partnering up with Shopify. But they would have to pay, like, Shopify is like $30 a month, and then NEWFANS is like $10 a month. So it's like $40 a month for that business owner to use both. So that's the only thing that and the question is, are they making $40 a month to even, like, for me, I don't know, it's different. People are different. Like, for me, I will pay different subscriptions even if I'm not making the money yet. Like right now I'm pre-revenue, because if it, that's going to help my business, and I would rather get set up in the beginning than to like wait. But some people, they would rather wait until they have customers and then kind of get set up the way they want to get set up. So they'll get the free stuff first, build up from there. Honestly, it's up to you how you want to build. And actually, there is a free function on NEWFANS for you to build your fan base. So I wanted to make sure that I included that. Um, but yeah, like the brand new ideas that I've been coming up with, I'm so excited about them. I will probably implement them during 4.0, because 3.0, I want to get done some of the things that I was going to get done in 2.0. So I kind of split that. I did get a lot done in 2.0. Don't get me wrong. Like, all the suggestions that the artist made for during the trial, during the testing phase, I put into the app. Artist said, "Hey, I want this in the home screen. I want a shortcut to get to the fans on the home screen." Boom, put that in there. Like, just stuff like that, making sure that it's tailor made for independent artists. So probably, so 3.0 is basically finishing up what I was going to do in 2.0, plus other bells and whistles. And then 4.0, I'm really going to start to like get down to what makes NEWFANS unique compared to the other platforms. So like 4.0 or 5.0. Right now, I have no investors, and I question whether I should start trying to get some money, some investor money. Because right now I'm under an LLC, and in order for me to get any type of investors, and not spend a whole bunch of money, is to be incorporated. So, I asked myself, okay, do I want to move into being a corporation so that I can get investors. And I don't think I want to like investors like Shark Tank or something like that. But kind of the same way Fanbase did with their crowdfunding type of investment on Star Agent or something like that. I may look into that, and I was thinking, should I do that? I mean, they did it before they had like the audio rooms and these other bells and whistles. But I don't know if I want to wait until like 2.0 is 3.0 is finished, or do I want to just do it as soon as it comes out? Okay, boom. I don't know, because I don't really want to give up like what makes me unique so fast, because I'll give an example. Like when Fanbase came out, they had to give up what made them unique fast, meaning they had to say what made them unique about the subscriptions and all that. And then Instagram literally they put Fanbase into Instagram. Now you can do subscriptions. So what made them unique, Instagram took it and put it into their platform. But they were saying what made them unique so they could get more investors. So, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to say what makes me unique before I get a chance to actually do it. And then other companies just start ripping me off. And now I'm not unique anymore. Now, just like everybody else. I mean, if it's a great idea, they're going to rip you off anyway. Like Snapchat got ripped off. Instagram basically took their idea and created stories. TikTok, Instagram ripped it and made reels. YouTube ripped it, made shorts. So that's going to happen. So it's not if it's going to happen, it's kind of sort of when. And I would like the when to be when I'm set up. When I'm set up and ready to go, then, you can start ripping and whatever. You're going to do what you got to do. But even though I would prefer not, but if these bigger companies like Snapchat and TikTok, got ripped off, and Fanbase, like, why wouldn't I think that I'm any different, So that's one of my dilemmas of, asking for, funds that way, because I'm going to have to tell everyone, okay, this is my idea. This is what makes me unique. Come invest in NEWFANS. And then it's like Instagram, like, yeah, that is a good idea. Let me rip you off real quick. And it's like, dang, no, wait. So yeah, I would rather just walk the walk, do what I do. I don't know. Like I said, right now it's blind faith. It's definitely blind faith, and finding competent employees is probably one of the most difficult things to do as an entrepreneur, because it's like you'll find I got recommended. Someone recommended someone to work for me, and had the interview. And then at the end of the interview, the guy said, "Oh, I'm not able to work like right away. Maybe in like 2 weeks, and 2 weeks turned into 3, and 3." It's like, if you didn't, why are you wasting my time? Waste your own time, brother. Like, if you didn't want to work, why even go on an interview? It's like so weird. So just finding people to actually work for you like competent people is probably one of the most difficult things to do as an entrepreneur. And one of the things that I definitely want to do is hold myself accountable. That's another difficult thing to do because sometimes you'll get caught up in, I have to do this, I have to do that. And your schedule isn't really properly like in a timeline or maintain. You kind of just doing what you want to do, and then certain things fall into the cracks and it doesn't get done. And that's not good at all. Like, whatever you need to get done, it needs to get done. And then excuses gotta go out the window. Like, there's no excuse for not getting the top things done. And one of the top things that I need to get done is actually start running like a real business. Like, I'm gonna talk crap about myself right now because I've been really thinking about holding myself accountable. Like, I've been sick, but like, social media been dead for me, completely dead. I haven't been posting at all. Not on YouTube, not on TikTok, not on Instagram, nowhere. And that's unacceptable. Like, that's bad. Yo, what kind of business doesn't post? Like, I'm like, and I know this because I've studied marketing. I love marketing. And when the app was finally done and I'm like, woo, it's time to do my favorite part. The favorite is non-existent. I didn't do it. And I'm really surprised that I don't know. I've been thinking about it lately. Like, when I got scammed the first time, it really hurt me. And it was at a time when I was probably at my highest performance as far as marketing because I was posting every single day, back to back, like 10 posts a day type, and then when I got scammed for the first time and it didn't seem like NEWFANS was going to happen, it hurt my feelings. And it's like I've been trying to get to that point again where I felt motivated to get there. Like, honestly, for the first time, I think it's called, what is it called? Because I didn't even think it was real at first. See, I'm still saying, what is it called? Chat, what is it called when you just overwhelmed with stuff? Burnout. There we go. Burnout. Like, at first I didn't think burnout was real. I thought it was fake. When people talked about burnout on social media, I started laughing. Like, what is that? I'm posting every day, like 10 times a day, and I'm not burnt out. Like, why are you burnt out? Like, I don't get it. Like, I was talking mad crap until it happened to me, and I was just like, oh, this is burnout. Oh, woo, help. And yeah, after that, honestly, after that burnout, I have not yet had that level of performance out of me since. So yeah, that's something that I need to fix within myself. So I'm holding myself accountable with different things, different areas of my life, and that's one of them. Like, I need to post, I need to create content, I need to create videos. Like, honestly, 90% of my efforts go to actually developing the app. But I also have to understand that I wear multiple hats. And when you wear multiple hats, you pretty much have to balance out everything. Like you can't focus on one thing to the point where the other thing falls apart. And that's another thing that I had trouble with when I first started. Um, because my life was falling apart because I refused to focus on my own life. I wanted to focus on the business, period. I didn't care if my life fell apart. I just was like, I don't care. Like, I want this business to happen, period. And that's the blind faith that I've had and I still have. Um, but I did learn that if your life falls apart, you can't function. If you can't function, you can't put any energy towards your business. So I learned a valuable lesson in that, which was balance and trying to keep the balance. So, I have to focus on the development part and the marketing part. And then when the app is out, I got to focus on the sales too. So it's a lot to focus on for one person. So I haven't been very active in trying to find help, but I don't know, I'm just keeping my eyes and my ears open. Asking people if they know somebody, like word of mouth, because I still have trust issues from being scammed. So it's it's like I really don't want to be scammed anymore. So it's that's going to be a journey trying to find the right people to be a part of NEWFANS. I'm so thankful that I have Double R, Ella Banks, Young Boss Crook. They have been consistent for 4 years now. I mean, we did take like a year or two off. But even after we took that, year, whatever plus off, they came back and they're still rocking with me. And that's hard to find, period. People who actually believe in you. Now, that's blind faith. They have blind faith. They have just as much as blind faith in NEWFANS that I have. So, yeah, like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, so yes, I have no idea, the potential NEWFANS have as far as like making millions or being as big as a Spotify or iTunes or Shopify. But in all of my heart, I want NEWFANS to be a strong platform for serious artists. That's more important to me, you know. And also what's important to me is not only that I make a living, from my business, but the people who have rocked with me for so long, Double R, Rocky Massa, Young Boss Crook, Ella Banks, now my developers, and whoever else rock with me, like I want them to be good too. You know what I'm saying? So if they're good, I'm good, and NEWFANS do exactly what I want it to do, which is to be a powerful platform for a serious independent artist, I'm happy. I am happy. So, you know, It's crazy because if I try to get like investors, like, even if I do it like fan base, I gotta sit up here and tell them that, hey, like this platform is gonna be the biggest platform ever, and it's gonna make millions. It's like, uh, and I'm not saying it's not. It's like, I'm not saying I don't have any faith that it's gonna make money, but it's like when you make a song, like a part of you may think, oh man, this song is gonna blow the hell up. But in the process of you making a song and you playing it back over and over again, you know how you make a song and you love it so much that you end up playing it over and over again or whatever, and you like, damn, it sounds it's so sweet in your ear or hard in your ear, depending on how you made the song. But and all you could think about is how many people the song is going to touch. It's kind of like that, where it's like, it's not that you think the song sucks and it's not gonna make any money, but but your first love for actually doing it, and even when it's done, is just the thought of how it makes you feel and how it's going to make other people feel. That's how I think of new fans, you know? How long have I been talking? For 35 minutes? I don't know if I should call this a full episode. Maybe I should call this update. But all right, let's make it a full episode because I have been away for so long. And usually, like I said, I have like stuff to talk about lined up, but I just wanted to hop on here so bad. I was here like editing videos. I have like at least 3 or 4 videos to edit and post, like, and make shorts of and stuff like that. And I have a lot of videos to actually make. One of the videos, I'm not going to say what it's about for real, because I think people be listening and I want to put out the video before but I'm very excited about it. I want to talk about music marketing more. And I don't know, people try to make it seem like people. Okay, I want to talk about imposter syndrome, right? I don't think I have imposter syndrome, but it's like if I listen to other people, it makes you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? It makes you feel like that, like less than, even if you're not. And I don't know, you just can't listen to people, man. You just can't. Especially people who don't even know you. Like, because I've spent years learning marketing, fell in love with it, and there's just certain things about marketing that's common sense that I feel like I can talk about and that other people have talked about and validated, like Ryan Leslie, like Nipsey Hussle, like all the other artists who have talked about pretty much the same things. So it's funny. I'm sitting here live and I got this thing talking about an update. How rude, this computer. Okay. So yeah, so it's like I don't care. I'm just going to talk about it anyway. I'm going to continue talking about how data is important. I'm going to continue talking about how knowing your fans' data is important. I'm going to continue building an app that helps support artists using marketing, because that's just what I'm passionate about. And I'm not going to care about other people saying negative things about, whoa, why you doing this and why you doing that. I'm doing it because I love it. Now, what's wrong? Like, why do you care? Why do you care what I love? Like, if I'm not hurting anybody and I'm not hurting you, why do you care so much? It just is crazy. I don't understand. But I don't know. And you'll see when when you're building a business up, it's like people will just have opinions that A, don't make sense, B, um is not relevant, but they're still trying to make it relevant to you, and C, it just opinions that they could have kind of kept to themselves, but they didn't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's just, but I'm not talking about like constructive criticism and feedback. Like, that's what the testing phase is all about, as far as like me, NEWFANS putting out the app. Like, of course I'm looking for criticism, of course I'm looking for feedback, like especially if you've actually downloaded the app and experienced it for yourself. Like, of course, but for people who've never talked to me, never downloaded the app, never, had any association with me, I just think it's crazy how like the opinions about me or the app just flows and is weird. And I'm surprised I'm even talking about this, because I swear like I wasn't even gonna talk about it, but I guess it's on my heart and I'm talking from the heart. So it's just going to happen. There's nothing I can do about it. It's live. It's on the internet. It is what it is. And that's what happens when you don't have a plan. You just start talking. But yes, let's get back to the subject. Blind faith, right? So even when other people are talking and making videos and having opinions, I still have to have blind faith that it's going to work. It's going to happen. Like, what I choose to do, what I love to do, is going to actually help people. I have to have blind faith that it is, because I have a vision. You know what I like about Nipsey Hussle? Is the fact that I think he almost had blind faith. Like I'm doing, well, don't tell anybody, right? Don't tell anybody. But I'm going to be doing like multiple videos about him. I already started kind of editing some stuff. But especially when I look at his earlier videos, he had blind faith. And I seen it. You can see it in the way, you can feel it, the way he talks about what he wanted to do. When he was like, what he did, he's like, hey, I found the producers, I got the beat, I put it on Pro Tools, I engineered it. I went from the booth to the computer, to the computer to the booth. Then I put it on a CD. Then I went outside, and then I started, guerrilla marketing it, and then I sold it, and then I pitched it to the record labels, and it was like, oh, don't. He was like, they was like, he was, he said they was telling him not to do marketing at schools and universities and stuff like that. And he was like, man, I did it before. Like, you don't have to do nothing. I'm going to do it. And like when an engineer told him, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. He was like, all right, move over, engineer. I engineer too. And I'm going to show you that I can do it. Like that blind faith that he's like, listen, I've done the work myself. I've learned things myself. And I love how he was able to just make his own mistakes, be his own man. And, and it's like the things that he was doing, nobody was talking about that at that time. No one. He made his own app. He was talking about data. You don't hear people talking about that when they discuss him. He was talking about growing his fan base and how he used the data to actually make sales on touring. So he just talked about a lot of things that people kind of skipped over, and I'm proud of him. Like, I'm so proud. And he had blind faith. And I think Ryan Leslie too, like he had blind faith when he made Superphone. And I think he was so ahead of his time, and he knew he was ahead of his time. Because he said he even tried it and he was like, man, I don't know really how I can make this work, but I know this is the future. I know this is it. And he built the app. Like, and I don't know, when you're doing what you love, it's like having blind faith. I want to say it's easy, but it's not easy. And I want to say it's not easy because of the things you do see. Like when you look at what other people are saying, and what's the status of the music industry, and how independent artists, they're not really making a lot of money on Spotify, or the majority of them anyway. It's like, it's easy to look at those things and be like, you know what? I'm wasting my time. This is not going to happen. Like, this is, I can't do it. Even though I want to make a marketing platform for independent artists, it's just not, I'm just not good enough, or my idea is not good enough, or I don't have enough money, or whatever excuse you want to put in. It's easy to do that. It's easy to make excuses. It's harder to execute. It's harder to have that blind faith and just walk in it with, the faith got to be on 1,000,000. Like DDG. I know y'all laughing. Like DDG. He was in college. I think he started his YouTube at like 19 or whatever. He was a teenager or something. But he said, I think he said after he made his first $2,000, he like quit. And he went full into YouTube. That's blind faith. And I've actually heard a lot of YouTubers say this, where I think what's his name? Ant Chamberlain. He makes them Rod Wave beats. He said that he used to go to school, and he was in the military, and he used to go to school, and then I think he said he made his first $200 and then quit school and went full YouTube. That's blind faith. So there's plenty of situations, times when, even though somebody out, looking in from the outside would be like, that's stupid. Like, why would you make a music app? Music is dead. Or they'll say, why would you spend all your money on this? Why not invest it in real estate? Or they'll say, what, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always going to be people who talk and talk and talk, right? But how solid is your resolve? Are you holding yourself accountable? Are you finding balance? Because you're a solo entrepreneur, for real. Even though you have contract employees, that's just me. But are you finding balance in making sure that all the hats that you're wearing, you still find time to do every single thing that you need done? Having that blind faith to just keep walking. That's not easy to do. It's easy to have that faith because you feel it in your heart. But to walk the faith, that's the hard part. Boom, found it. That's the hard part, to walk in the blind faith. And I'm walking in it. I don't care, man. I don't care. If you want to laugh at me later, do it. I don't care. It is what it is. If I be scolded, laughed at because I followed my heart, then that's what I gotta do. That's what it gotta be. You can't have regrets when you follow your heart. I'm not harming anybody. I'm not doing anything bad, right? So why can't I follow my heart in this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have blind faith. I'm going to walk in blind faith, like Nipsey, like Ryan Leslie, like DDG, like Ant Chamberlain, and all these other people. Even I think Steve Harvey, he said he used to sleep in his car, and I think he was doing like the show on the Apollo or something, and that's pretty much how he got started or something like that. I mean, it's so many people. I think Rick Ross said he didn't make money for like 10 years doing music before he actually started making money. Now he lives in a mansion. I mean, granted, he has other businesses like Wingstop franchises and stuff like that, but it's like he had faith that he was going to get there. And I feel like blind faith is like, you can't see it. You can't see the future. You don't know if it's going to turn out good. You don't know if it's going to turn out bad. You don't know anything. You have no idea. But you roll up your sleeves and you make it happen. It's like tunnel vision almost. You're walking and here is dark. All you can see is like the 1 or 2 steps in front of you, and that's it. Um, and that's tough. That's really tough. Like to go through that and it's still, and I think that that's why everyone is not successful, because not everyone can do that. Like that takes so much resolve, so much strength, so much inner strength, so much physical strength, because, you know, you're doing a lot. Like I decided to hold myself accountable and add workout to my schedule, because for the longest time I felt like working out was a waste of time, because I'm like, oh, I could be doing content, editing content, talking to artists, developing the app. All these excuses. I could be doing this. I could be doing that. And that's true. But then I thought to myself, I'm like, but the reason why I don't have energy to do what I need to do is because I don't have any stamina. Like I gotta help myself so that I can help the business. You know? And even though I knew this, I still was like, I refused. I refused. I put the business in front of everything, to the point where I'm putting the business in front of the business. And if you have a small business, you know what I'm talking about. You know? So it's like, so yeah, when you have a tech startup, it's not easy, because not only are you developing the product, you also have to market it to get users on the product. And the product have to be solid, meaning it has to do what you said it was going to do. This is the Tech Startup Podcast. I've said a lot. I thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable at this moment, because I have been speaking from the heart. I've said a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have said. Things that internally bother me. It bothers me when I see like people and creators just talk crap, and it's irrelevant. They don't even know what they're talking about, for real. And it's just the weirdest thing. And it's like, do you even hear yourself? Like, I don't get it. Right? But I'm human. I'm human. Like, I'm so human. So it's like, I'm not going to like everything that people say, and vice versa. People are not going to like everything I say. So, you know, and that's life. That's life. And I think it bothers me the most is because when you're trying to stick with your blind faith and keep going, and you have like this people just talking, it kind of just messes you up a little bit, messes up your psyche. Like, and it's like you're creating more obstacles for me to do what I need to do. And what benefit do you get from doing that? This is weird. Like, what benefit do you get? You know, like for me, I try to support people and whatever they're trying to do, because you just never know. Like, you see it all the time where, people who you have written off and you think that um they won't amount to anything, they come out big. Even if it's not like they're a millionaire, they're doing well for themselves and their family. And I just think it's weird to judge people, Like I feel like I'm the underdog. And I always 1000%, I always root for the underdog. I it's like I have this impulse to root for the underdog. And I'm definitely the underdog right now. And even at a point, if I'm not the underdog and I actually become like the top dog, I don't want to forget the other underdogs. Like if this platform ends up being like the top dog, then I'll be very much open to, partnering up with companies like mine. Like, because big companies forget to innovate, I feel. Like right now, Elon Musk is on that, where he's trying to innovate. He got the iRobots, vans and cars and robots, so he's trying to innovate, even though it came from a movie, but I see TikTok trying to do things too. Like TikTok should be I think I forgot who owns TikTok. But they should definitely be proud of themselves, because the fact that two major platforms, if you want to count Facebook, 3 copied them, and it's crazy how they copied them and it still doesn't feel like TikTok. Like, that's how I want it to be. Like, I want to get to the point where even if they try to copy me, like, it won't feel like NEWFANS. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go on YouTube Shorts, it don't feel like TikTok. I go on Instagram Reels, it don't feel like TikTok. I've never scrolled through Instagram Reels, like, never. A few times I did scroll through YouTube Shorts though. But TikTok, I'm always scrolling through. Because I'm trying to find artists. So I be on TikTok. Not really to post, but to find artists. But yeah. So yeah, I thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable today. I did say a lot. I just want to say I don't have any beef. I promise. I don't have any beef. I don't have any chicken with anybody. Do what you do, say what you say. It is what it is. Just want to encourage everybody out there to follow your dreams. Follow what you love. Do what you love. Don't let anybody tell you different. Just do what you do. The worst that can happen is if you fail. And honestly, you haven't failed because you would only have failed if you didn't try. That's how I feel. So, been on here for about an hour. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I just kept talking from the heart. Like, I really had nothing planned for the stream. I just started talking, but I definitely wanted to get into blind faith because that's how I'm feeling right now. So basically, the highlights of this podcast is that the app will be coming out next year. I took almost a year at this point to test it. I may let it get to a year before I actually let it come out. Um, so I think that's good. That shows that I'm not just hungry for money or nothing like that. Like, I'm really trying to come out with the best product possible. And like I said, when it comes out, it's not my final product. Let me repeat myself for the people who like to talk. It's not your final product when you first come out with the app. Like when Fanbase came out, they didn't have audio books and this and that, audio talk or whatever. They started adding things on after it came out. That's pretty much how it's done. Like, same thing with Facebook, same thing with NewFans, same thing with YouTube. So that's just how it works. So don't be like, oh, please. All right. So anyway, the highlights is that the app is going to come out next year. I have about 6 things left on my to-do list before the app comes out. I want to do more testing. I want more people to come on the app and test it. I will make an announcement that I'm only giving up to the end of the year to get the free year, because starting January, I'm not doing the free year anymore. So, because I'm kind of just, testing with whoever's on the app, and just going to be focused on those last 6 things, and then it's done. So I have to make that announcement. I should write that down. Let me write that down. 12. Okay, free year ending. All right. Wrote it down. So yeah. So highlights. The app is coming out, almost done. Blind faith. You have to do what you love. It don't matter what people say or what people do. It don't matter if you fail or it doesn't work out or it happens. Like, you're following your heart, and that's the most important thing. Like, so whatever you want to do, music, create a new invention, open up a food truck. It don't matter what you want to do it. Have faith from the bottom of your heart that's going to happen. Because people are going to talk, people are going to do what people do. Don't let that deter you. And hold yourself accountable. Balance your life. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Yeah, this was a long episode. I appreciate you, like I said, for allowing me to be vulnerable at this moment and say how I really feel. I guess I'm supposed to be here talking how high and mighty, but I wanted the Tech Startup Podcast to just be a place where I can really document the process of how a tech startup pretty much is. I'm not a normal tech startup. Normally, it's like a team of people. It's not just me. So I want to say that. Normally, it's a whole team. Normally, you have some funding behind you and all this other stuff. Like, what's that show on HBO? Silicon Valley. You know, it's like that. But hey, you live in different times in a different world. So I appreciate you. And I'm out.